AI firms have unique legal representation needs. First of all, most of the AI world is unregulated as of right now. Automotive products are starting to become regulated. We have a baseline model there, so that's relatively straightforward from a regulation standpoint right now. But there's still hundreds of questions that need to be addressed in that field. In aviation, there's been some struggle with legislating AI properly. But those are the two industries that seem to come to mind in terms of actual legislative models out there. The other industries, for example, in biotechnology, robotics, and computer manufacturing and software development are very unregulated right now. And so AI firms would need counsel that understands the science and technology behind or underlying the AI itself, and also application of potentially new legislative schemes to that technology. So it would allow the AI firm to comply, anticipate, and design around it if they needed to. So you would need an outside-the-box firm that brings its expertise and experience in science and the technical background for the firm's benefit. The types of AI firms that are a great fit for our firm would be, the big AI manufacturers and developers out there, like, Google, for example, Tesla, SpaceX, Oracle. These are companies that come to mind. IBM is another one. Because while they have great and respectable firms working for them, those firms are traditional firms. We are a firm that brings a lot of different scientific understanding and education to our practice. We also think outside the box, which I think is required in a field that's heavily unregulated. And we have the experience to see where the regulatory schemes are heading. And so we believe that we could assist clients and companies of that stature, or even embryonic companies, navigate through the headwinds of AI legislation and regulation. The AI technologies that impress me the most are still automated driving and aviation. I think that the sky's the limit with respect to automated driving. It's going to eliminate, in the long run, accidents, fatalities, gridlock traffic. So I think there's a tremendous upside to that as that technology continues to develop and go through the natural progression of falling and getting back up. In the aviation context, I think AI is going to have a tremendous role. Right now, there's a shortage of pilots out there in commercial aviation, and AI is going to, I think, help start alleviating that issue and allow for more flights, safer flights, and better flights in the future. So, in thinking of the big firms out there that are behind those two particular industries that are blossoming, you think of Tesla, you think of Toyota, you think of Ford, you think of Porsche on the automotive side, and on the aviation side, of course, there's Airbus, Boeing, and Embraer, which are really allocating a tremendous amount of their budgets to development of AI technologies in flight. The recent news regarding the Boeing 737 MAX model obviously is sad, and it's something to be concerned about. That's an interesting application of an AI technology applied, and the results that can happen if there's not proper communication. Errors happen with computer systems. Errors happen with execution of those systems. But what's interesting about those incidents that we've read about is the commonality seemed to be the lack of training or communication between the manufacturer of the airplane and the pilots who operated the airplane. So even though there were issues with the software in those two incidences involving the 737 MAX, thankfully, those issues can be addressed through proper training and communication between the airplane manufacturer, the software developer, and the ultimate pilot who has to fly the airplane. So it was a tragedy, but it was also a lesson in that it's not only just about developing the right software and execution and implementation of that software, it's also communicating with the pilots in what to do if there's an issue or if there's an error.